Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to the next episode of Age Fear-Free with me, Cornish-Knight. This episode is going to be a bit shorter than my normal ones, just because I'm having technical issues, so I'm a bit behind with getting my videos uploaded. So we won't mess about too much. We're going to have a look around to see if there's anything that we need to pick up, just to re-familiarise myself with what my plan of action was. Once that's done, we shall get into the game. There's the flickering is back. The developers did an update and it's probably done what it's normally done, so I'll make a mention to them. It's one of the prices you pay for such dedicated and reliable updating of the code. It's that stuff like this happens.
Where the hell does Azil get these men? How am I still getting letters from him before the Dryader and Dryad have even emerged from this end of the tunnel? These couriers are leaving the dwarven side of the mountains, taking the long road around them and delivering me these letters before anything's even made it out from the other side. They're not even tired when they get to me. Anyway, both the monsters and dwarves are making progress towards the Undercroft's exit. Azil's reached the insectoid tunnels, and he's apparently down to his last dozen or so men. I'm surprised he's not given up and gone home yet. Is that what the perseverance and resolve of a hunter is worth?
Val, very okay. Over these last few days, you've been acting weird. I'm fine. Had you worried? Murder, slaughter, torture, mutters the Dryad. An insectoid starts clicking its mandibles at you. Yeah, what on earth? Declares Alexa. Ah, so many cuties with claws. I'll name you Clawsy, says the Dryad. Insectoids, so buggy. Nevertheless, that one's cute for a bug. Cuties, are both you out of your minds? Defend yourselves, fools, declares Balver sharply. Yeah, it's flickering a bit. It's probably just something's come loose in the code. It's the price you pay. The developers are very proactive in making sure that a lot of new features and patches and stuff go into the game, so occasionally this happens. I personally view it as it's a good sign, because the developers are always updating and improving their game, adding new features and adding new content. And they are a small developer. They are small developers, so you can't expect stuff to be updated and there not to be bugs. Especially if you're doing a lot of coding. I mean, when you code stuff gets loose in other parts of the system. So yeah, I'm just going to switch out, move some units around, put a new sapling in. The new saplings start with more experience than my old saplings had, which are ironic. Everything seems to be okay. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. It's going to be a rather shorter episode than normal. And do I want to take him out? No, I'll keep him in. I'm trying to get the core bodies, the core veteran element of my party up to a preferred level as quickly as possible. Once we have that, I'll probably go and do the werewolf DLC off camera, because having Gunther is a really powerful asset, especially to this faction. I think Gunther would be a really useful hero to have, because he's a werewolf and he has multiple. It basically gives us another melee character. As my associate the Fuax mentioned, this is a really interesting faction to play. They increase in power over time. I don't know how useful that would be on the harder difficulty settings. I doubt that would be as reliable on the harder difficulty settings, because obviously the enemies are doing more damage, so you're gonna have to play really carefully. Right, protect a shield. I'm thinking of getting this not for any of my current heroes, but picking it up exclusively for the werewolf, for Gunther, because obviously he can have equipment, so we need to have stuff to give to him. And it's only 1,000 gold, and we've got a lot of gold in storage. Yeah, we just probably just give him like the black ice mace and the shield. Don't have any armor for him, which sucks. Yeah, it's just I've had really bad luck. Like none of the magical bazaars have spawned for me so far. The mage's shop hasn't turned up. It's not been great, to be honest. Just bad luck of the dice. Well, let's get right on into the battle then, shall we? What are they? Declares Balver sharply. Insectoids. I saw a few of them near the swamp. Small brains, lots of brawn, very obedient, declares Lexa. Sounds like an upgrade version of Balver to me, chuckles Neri. Not funny, declares the Dryad. Large bugs that live underground, insectoid colonies dig vast networks. Troublesome with villagers and gather food and materials from up for their own territory. Yeah, they're basically like a giant ant colony then. Insectoid hunters are the adventurers and mercenaries of the insect world. They travel far from their highs in search of both glory and prey. They are quick, agile, and can spit deadly acid. That sucks. And then we have these guys that are terrifying. Insectoid brutes are the specialist soldiers of the insect race. While tending to avoid conflict, insectoids are more than capable of standing their ground in battle when their kind is threatened. Insectoid brutes always find their way into the fray. So they're even nastier, and they've got berserker, and they've got double attack. This is going to be fun. And I just realised that I've taken 2 mandrake roots rather than, well, 3 mandrake roots instead of 2. This is what I get for not paying attention when I'm selecting my units properly. And we can still make do. I mean, they've got poison resistance, which sucks. Which means that this is the only downside. Like, I have now 5 units in my army which are going to be less effective. The elder shrooms, the elder fungoids, have poison attacks, so the likelihood of them hitting stuff is greatly decreased. The mandrakes who have a poisoned aura and poison attack will have their effectiveness decreased. It's not going to be great. Right, I'm going to hold them on the right flank. I'm going to hold them with an ent and a sapling and just bombard them with range attacks. And up north, I'm just going to try and smash through with my more meteor heroes. Let's see if it works out like that. Right, send in the mandrake. We're going to try and poison some of them. They've got high poison resistance, so it's probably not going to work. Yeah, that's not great. Let's try here. Come on. Now we got one of them. That's not too bad. I just want to do a point of damage. This is the tactic that I like doing earlier on in a round, is to just get a point of damage off. If the enemies have healing abilities or the enemies have healing potions, they tend to use them. The AI will deliberately make them use them. So it's a good way to flush out all the healing stuff an enemy may have. We hit those guys, that's nice. Really taking a chunk of that brute, which is really nice. Inferno on these guys. Yeah, excellent. I just want to, maybe some crazy cat lady will adopt Balver. Says Lexa, Nari, please let me strangle her. Just a little. Balver, Lexa, stop it right now. Says the Dryad tidily. Yeah, they got magic resistance as well, which sucks. I just want to get them to use up the healing supplies. The problem is they've got a lot of health, and if they get healing potions, it's going to be basically us fighting a ton of really heavily healthed dudes. So I would rather make them draw out the healing supplies early on, like they're doing up there. And it just gives us a bit more leeway later on in the battle. Plus pretty much every single... actually, all of them have stun attacks, which sucks. Because that's going to leave and lower the effectiveness of our troops against them. So yeah. And they're really bunching up. The group coming in from the east is quite close, so we'll probably bombard it with magical missiles, like with fireballs to weaken them as much as we can. That's the poison effect from the upgraded mandrake taking a hold. Let's push up here and detonate. We may not get anyone, but at least we stand a chance of getting someone. A bit more damage. His morale is going to take a bit of a hit. Slam him in the face with the War Ogre and he broke bones, which is nice. Fireball right into this group here.
Try and catch. Nice try.
Bit of damage. The problem is this isn't going to be that effective because obviously they got magical resistance. So it hits some of them. We're just going to keep just throwing stuff at them like death by 1,000 cuts approach. We'll move Balver first so we can kill that brute. Their health looks pretty low. Yeah, okay, they haven't got fantastic morale. It's going down by what looks like water, or maybe a fifth every time they take damage or a friendly dies. So yeah, it looks like they've got fairly low morale. So we should be able to exploit that if we just keep hitting them with enough stuff. I'm going to try focusing fire the same enemy each time in my range units to increase the likelihood of it hitting. That didn't work. That's not good. He can't do anything really, so we should probably bring him around the left flank and push up north. Popping out more healing potions on themselves. Still can't get that last remaining brute to use its healing potion. It's using its brute potion, though. Well, brute's draft, which is going to suck. Take a bit of damage. That technically is 2 points damage rather than 3 because we'll heal 1 point of it. Right now we don't need to heal him because I got greater heal, which means it will use more magical power to use. Right, stab it in the back, get your health up. On this flank it looks like we're generally going to be just trying to break morale as quickly as possible. Down here another fireball, just start chipping away at people's health, or bugs' health. Yeah, we killed one. Not great. It did a bit of morale damage, which is okay. These bugs are weird, just look at those eyes, they don't blink. A bug that weirder than Spidey himself, that's an achievement. Make peace, Lexa, before I rip you into pieces. Guys, you stop right there, sighs the dryad. Balver is right. I wonder if we can communicate somehow. We could try and enslave one of them, like try and catch one right at the end. And see if we can catch it. I don't think command plants would work in them because they're not plants, they're insects. I don't want to use greater heal yet because it will cost too much magical power to heal it. Hit it a bit more. Not much damage, to be honest. This is pretty much just holding the line. Another poisoned arrow goes out and it broke that one. I'm just trying to hit units that have low health, so if we do poison them, they'll take damage. Like next turn. Right, hit him. Cross this particular insect under the War Ogre's boot, which is excellent. I mean, this is like it's not a tough. Well, I say it not a tough fight. It's a slog because the enemy has a lot of HP. But besides that, it should be relatively capable to finish them off. As long as we keep on throwing fireballs and stuff at people, we shouldn't have too much issues. That fungoid is in trouble and we need to heal up the ant. Right. We're not really hitting anybody down this side yet. We killed a couple of them, but a lot of them are still alive. We just keep bombarding them with fireballs. eventually their morale will break. That's not particularly fantastic. He can go up there and just clobber him to death with his warhammer.
Oh, shall I?
He can chew on his face. That does mean our Ent can't get up though, he just might have to stay put, unfortunately. Some of the poison damage is annoying because it's really eating into my characters. I'll have to fix that. You have to be watched out for these guys' poison sprays, apparently. Now we get hit again, that's not great. That mushroom gets stunned. I mean, this is a really interesting situation, which these guys would have been so much more dangerous if we'd been in a more open environment, but because we bottlenecked them like we have, they're really not becoming much of an issue.
Got it.
It's just a bit of a slog, to be honest. Right. Although we have got lucky, I won't lie. And you can never trust how things are going to turn out in Age of Fear. RNG is very, very unreliable. Well, I don't say unreliable, but unhelpful.
Where is my wand? Genius!
Right. Blew out an eyeball. Hit him. Thank goodness he broke and is falling back. We kill off the brute as well, which is nice. Bit of damage back from the counterattack. Right, so they're relatively breaking across the board, which is nice. He needs to get healed. They're blocking me in, trying to buy their units time to rally. That Crown of the Undead from Krell is really useful because it's making my witch much more powerful than she would normally be. Because every time someone dies, she gets magical energy back, which is nice. Leech some additional health of some of the units. So he should be dead next turn. We have to send him out there. I was hoping he was going to die before we got to the ogre's turn. But it was not to be. I was hoping we could get him out, but obviously Balver's blocking his way. Right, we're going to get in here quickly. We are going to attack him, so I'm just trying to keep as many units as broken as possible so they don't rally. He's poisoned and will probably die next turn. You can't do a lot to them. I don't want to use another strength. We do have poison attacks though. That will work. Okay, I'm on. Let's see if this works. So we poisoned it. Excellent. I've been quite lucky this fight. This could have been very different if I tried to hold a wider choke point. I've been rather fortunate. That one healed. That one's taking poison damage. That one's taking poison damage. Right, I'm going to charge this one to take away its health and to basically break its morale. Got a critical hit off, which was a backstab. Their morale is pretty bad anyway, so we can keep their morale low by continually attacking them. Not giving it a chance to disengage. Yeah, kill him off. Shoot him. Oh, actually smack him in the back of the head. Poison him as well. Move that unit up. This is It was a relatively straightforward fight, to be honest. Nothing too complicated. If they'd had slightly wider pathing, yeah, we can't enslave them. We can't use control plants, and we can't use enslave, so I'm just going to kill them all. Right. That one's dead. Go and suckle on the tender though. Go and feast upon the tender flesh of the insectoid, my fungoid parasites. Well, fungoid. Is it a parasite? Parasitic mushroom, yeah, you could get it. Kill that one off. We'll keep going down this way. I'll bring someone up in support. So relatively straightforward. He rallied though, which is annoying, and he's popping the Brute's Brew. Well, yeah, Brute's Brew, which is always a pain. We missed. Gonna send Balver in to finish these guys up. Right. We'll probably do tidy. Well, we will do tidy up next episode. For an actuality, if I want to do the werewolf thing, because I don't want you guys to see the werewolf DLC again, so I might just have to do it after the episode. Hard decisions indeed. Right, save the battle. We're going to end it here. Right, and that's where we're going to end it today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam. You can leave a comment in the comment sections and I'll get back in contact with you. If you want to leave a comment for the developers as well, they are always happy to answer them if anyone aims at them directly. I know they check the comment section. And that's going to be it. We'll take care of some of the downlying stuff like the DLCs off camera just because I don't want you to see them again. And until next time, I've been Cornish-Knight. Goodbye.